Hey fans, it's the man they call Dave with producer Joe, and you probably know us as the commentary team for New Heights Pro Wrestling, but when we're not doing that, we got a podcast.
That is the Working Fans Podcast, where we talk pro wrestling, comedy, MMA, and so much more.
And tell them about that signature segment.
Oh, you talk about the 531?
You know I am.
That is a homegrown creation that has been our namesake. And if you want to know our namesake, we got Chevy, AJ Strange Brew, as well as the two of us.
And why don't you go to our channel, like, subscribe, show us some love.
Rate, review, all of it.
Game up, hard hydration. The weather might be cooling down outside, but what is not cooling down is the momentum that Game Up Hard Hydration has. They are taking over the adult drink game. Dave, give them the stats.
All right, you know it's only 110 calories, baby. It's full of flavor. It's low carb. Come on, you want to enjoy some Game Up? You don't want to feel guilty about it? You can. Hey, you want to know the flavors? I'll give them to you. Fruit punch, orange, lemon lime, and grape. Enjoy yourself some Game Up.
Do you know who are the new AAA Tag Team Champions?
I do not. I can't wait to hear it, though.
Satnam Singh and Jinder Mahal.
I did know this. I forgot about this, yes. I knew JBL was at Triple Mania. That's the one thing that really stuck out to me. But yes, I did hear about this.
Yeah, the last Triple Mania was last weekend. I thought that was an interesting pair to win the titles, because when you think Lucha Libre Tag Team Champion, I don't think you think either Jinder Mahal or Satnam Singh. Obviously, Jeff Jarrett was involved. Yeah. It was a great match. I can't recommend Triple Mania enough.
Yeah, and I heard Alberto Patron is the new AAA champion, right?
I didn't make it that far in the show, but yes, I heard that. I'm actually catching up on it now. I'm watching the Matt Riddle match. He took on Laredo Kid and Commander.
For me, things that I really enjoyed this week were Sheamus is just one of the real bright spots at this point in his career, has hard-hitting matches with everybody, and I like that they set him up with opponents that he can have hard-hitting matches with. His match with Pete Dunne this week really shined. I love the spot where Pete Dunne had his hand tied in the turnbuckle, and they were working over his thumb, and he had like that light cast on it, and then he had it tied into the buckle, and they're beating on it, and then Pete gets to the other corner, right, and Sheamus just rips the turnbuckle off, fires back with the bro kick, gets the win. And now they're building up towards another match with Sheamus and Kaiser, who I think are 1-1 apiece. I also enjoy.
Speaking of building up, how are they building up Bronson Reed? They've been building him up as a monster for the past couple weeks. And now we have this face-off with Braun Strowman. And I am beyond ready for this. This is like a Godzilla movie in the ring. I can't even pick a winner because it really is a coin flip.
I like Reed. I think Reed is going to continue to get built up until Seth Rollins gets back. And we're building him up as this guy that's going to be, I think we're making him a star right now. That being said, there's a real funny thing I saw online too, where Miz afterwards was thanking Braun for coming out. And, Braun's like, well, thank Truth. He's like, he called you. He's like, why did he call? He's like, I don't know. He's losing his mind. He keeps calling me Andre the Giant. I told him I'm Braun Strowman. He's like, well, can I have an Intercontinental title match? And Miz is like, you're not the champion. And Strowman's like, I know. I think he thinks I'm Braun Breaker. And I just love that because it's such a reference to how they would never have people with the same name a lot of time because Vince would always thought that was a thing, you know? So that also something funny I saw online.
I was hearing that on another podcast where they were talking about Braun, and I'm trying to remember what it was because they were going over their notes. I think it was Cornette. And then they commented on the same thing, how if this were Vince's company, you wouldn't have two Brauns or so many names that are close together. I was watching Dynamite this past week, and you had Tommy Billington in there. Yeah. And it's great seeing him in a ring. I don't know what made me think this. It might have been a comment somebody made. But imagine if we could get a new Dynamite Kid, not necessarily Tiger Mask, but another Dynamite Kid rivalry. And that made me think, what would be a good rivalry that you'd like to see him get in? With the way they've been heating up Hologram, instantly in my mind, it popped up Dynamite Kid Hologram. You could have a modern classic with that.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see what they do with it. Right now, he hasn't really won a lot of matches. He's been mostly having those exciting matches and stuff, but there's definitely stuff you can do with him. I like your idea of hologram. I'm not going to lie. I think that is a really great idea. Maybe, obviously, I want to keep seeing him on AEW, but maybe that Ring of Honor Pure Championship could be a nice championship to him to start off with, too. You know, Lee Moriarty, I always struggle with his name, but Lee, Tiger Style. All right.
Lee Moriarty there.
Yeah. Chef Boyardee. They could have great matches together, I think. I think they could have a real technical classic. Almost like NXT has that Heritage Cup. You know, Ring of Honor has that pure rule style. And I like that. And I think that could be something different with Tom Billington. I like to see.